everything and anything you want to know right here on my podcast show. Welcome to the House of Pain. Welcome to the Ron Payne Podcast Show.
Nothing much, man. How you been? I haven't talked to you in God knows how long.
Yeah, very true, man. Very true, man. It's been a little hectic, still out with some injuries, man. You know what that's all about. And, just doing my thing here, trying to get back to the younger guys in the business since I can't do it in the ring.
That's wonderful. And hey, I'd like to thank you very much for having me on today. I'm looking forward to it, and I think we're having a great time tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I thank you for being a guest on the show, man. I really do appreciate it. And me and you have a great past when it comes to this business, man. Me and you, we've been in that ring. We fought in the ring. We've broken ropes. We've.
I'm for that. I'm sorry. I had a little bit too much to eat that day, I guess.
Well, and it was funny too because I remember that day like it was yesterday, man, because, we both hit those ropes, and it was in a battle royal. It was bad enough there was about 15 of us still in that ring, and when that top rope broke in the middle of that battle royal, I think we still tried to eliminate each other over the second rope.
Yeah, because it was one of those moments where, I remember when it just like buckled and snapped and dropped, and I looked at you. And I must have had this expression of like, I just pooped myself a little. Because it was like, oh, what do we do?
Yep.
Keep going.
Oh yeah, we had some good times, man. Even the match for cerebral palsy, man. Back at, I think it was the rec center when it first opened up in Virginia Beach.
Yes, that one. That was actually the one I believe that's on YouTube.
Yes, yep.
Yeah,
it's actually on my favorites page, actually.
That was a great one. I mean, that match right there had pretty much everything that we had at the time. It was it had a little bit of things where you can giggle at, but then it also had a lot of hard hitting action. And I think that just the technicality in that match was, I think we executed amazingly together.
Oh yeah, I mean, there was stuff that in that match that I've never done before, and if I'm not mistaken, me and you, for the most part, just went on a whim with it. We just kind of went, okay, we don't know what to expect, so we're just gonna do whatever and hope for the best.
Yeah, and I remember, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the first time you used that sit-out clothesline into the corner. And
actually, it was the first time I did it off a chair, actually.
Off a chair, that's what it was,
yeah.
And that hit flush, and it was great, and it just, like I said,
it might have been flush for you, but if you remember correctly, I had a big bruise on my arm for weeks on end because I hit your chin.
Yeah.
You got like the hardest jawline in the business.
By far, I probably have, I have a jawline as strong as Geno Smith's, I bet.
I can definitely understand that, though. And for those that are watching that just joined us on the podcast, we're here live with Nate Mustang, former Southside Pro Wrestling superstar over there, and probably one of the smoothest guys I've ever wrestled in a ring. Like I was saying before, we've done so much together. We've trained together. We've been in matches together. Heck, I think we've even traveled a couple times together, if I'm not mistaken, We've also raised a little hell together, even outside the, going to different venues like what was the one?
What was the road trip together in the minivan?
Oh, we were going to Fusion.
That's what it was, yeah.
That was the first road trip we took. It was the NWA Fusion show. Matter of fact, it was my first ever wrestling show in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we it was, oh god, what was it? Was like the tour. It was like
Lethal Lottery or something.
Lethal Lottery. It was in a tag team Lethal Lottery.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I honestly I forgot all about that road trip too, man, because I think it was you, young man named Sterling Williams.
Was definitely there.
I think it was Ryan Newsy in the van too.
I believe it was Newsy. If it wasn't Newsy, it might have been Mac. But I think I can't.
It was somebody. I think it might have been Curtis Mack. It might have been Curtis Mack. Because I think Ryan Newsy showed up with his wife later on that night.
Yeah.
Yep.
He traveled because he actually lived he lived closer than we did, and he was only about maybe 20 minutes away or something. That's why he drove himself.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
In Virginia Beach, he would travel for training and everything for practice. He would travel like 45 minutes to come to practice after work.
Matter of fact, I think we met him. I think we met him out in Hampton, and then he followed us.
I think that
or something like that. Yeah. Taking that trip, he took the trip down to West Virginia. The show got canceled.
Did we take that one?
Yeah, we took the show going all the way out to West Virginia because it was on that military base.
That's right, yes.
And then the moment we got there, they canceled the show because they were trying to make us wrestle on wrestling mats.
Yeah. I remember that.
I was just like, oh my god, this is not happening. Matter of fact, though, because of that mistake, that's where I actually got the Ron Payne gimmick from. Because they messed up on the flyer. I went from Wild Child, and then they added my first real name to the last name of my character, but spelt the last name wrong. And we all kind of looked at it, and at first I was like, that is the dumbest thing anybody could have done. And then I thought about it. I said, you know what, that might work. And here I am 3 years later.
Well, I actually, funny story on how I actually got the name Mustang, but we'll get that into a little later if you want.
It don't matter, man.
It's funny story. When I first started off, I was wrestling for a company called National Wrestling Superstars, which was up here in Jersey. What happened was, the whole origin story and everything, the background for me, is that, what really happened was, this show would come to my hometown, and there were great people that came through. There's actually a company that I'd like to put out there for anybody that's still in the Jersey area that's listening. There's a company it's a school that runs out of North Jersey called IWF, Independent Wrestling Federation. These guys are amazing. I've got to be on shows with a lot of people that came through there. They have a lot of great alumni, and the head trainers are just absolutely amazing. I think it's Kevin Knight is still their head trainer, and this guy, he's phenomenal in the ring, and he's a very skilled athlete on top of being very smart. But I wanted to go there, so I took the road trip up with a couple buddies of mine just so I had some people in the car in case I got lost. Because it was, 18-year-old Nate doesn't know his way around, hasn't ever left this 2-square-mile town, venturing up pretty much next to New York City.
Yeah.
And we get up there, and I talk to him, and, it was very pricey for me. I come from a very blue-collar family, and pretty much that means if I wanted anything, I had to get it for myself. And something that was like $2,000, especially being 18 years old, if I asked for $2,000 from my parents, it's either I'm going to college or it's for a new vehicle, because that was it. If I was telling them I was going up there to start training in professional wrestling, they would have told me that's a waste of my money, I'm not doing it. What happened was I come back after that, and the next time they came to town, one of the athletes came out. His name was Nicky Oceans, and this is probably about a year or so later. And I told Nicky, I'm like, hey, I've always wanted to do this, but unfortunately I can't afford, the $2,000 to go get trained.
Yeah.
And he told me flat, he goes, look, go talk to that guy over there, and talk to him about it. And I went, he was a referee, and I went and talked to him about it, and his name was Big Kev. And I go, Kev, or sir, I've always wanted to do this, and pretty much said the same thing as I said to the other guy. And they said, yeah, come to the next show, help set up, and we'll teach you how to wrestle. So pretty much after that, every show that they had, I would show up, I would set the ring up, and after I set the ring up, I would bump around a little bit. Afterwards, I would follow them back home to Sayreville, no matter where in New Jersey the show was, and help them put the ring back. And then I'd drive the other 40 minutes back home. Some Saturday nights and some Friday nights, I wasn't getting home until, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's shows down by where I live now in Lacey that was, in the middle of nowhere, so I wasn't getting home until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but I was still doing the same thing. Going back to the origin name Mustang, it's my first time I match. I had my first match. I was just a manager. And I go out there and the guy goes, well, what's your name? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, I want to be this dragon slayer, or I want to be this, or there's something really out there. And he goes, all right, I'm actually wearing a shirt that was from my hometown, which, their mascot is the Mustangs. And I go, all right, my name is going to be Nathan Fatalis. And he looks at me and he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, all right, now introducing this guy, and their manager, Nate Mustang. And I was like, I had no choice in the matter. So you're right, Nate Mustang.
Wow. And believe me, I definitely understand those things. You know what I mean? I can't count how many times somebody's gotten my name wrong. The first show I ever did, they put me in the ring as a character named the Jekyll, and I don't know what they were thinking, but it worked. It really worked for a long period of time, and of course it was only that one match. I left for like 5 months because of my own personal reasons, and then when I came back, I was that's funny. So I actually just found a picture of when the rope broke. It's actually I have it on the show right now, so everybody can see. Right now, pictures of you are actually surrounding, our show here. So, it lasted a show, and then 4 to 6 months later, I came back and bam, I was Mo Ron Montgomery. I was playing a hick from Hazard County, and the whole point of the gimmick was to call me a moron. And it fit like a dirty shirt, man. I won my first tag team titles like that. So I definitely know what it's like to get messed up names or somebody just messing something up and it just sticks.
Yep.
Here, there's an old picture of you wearing a Punisher shirt with a white title belt, man. I could tell by that laugh, what that was about, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. All right, that one's actually you're looking through my old Facebook pictures.
Of course. I'm a journalist, man.
Let me give you a rundown. Now, this is when I was probably about 19, 20 years old. I was still a young buck in the business, and just a young buck in general. And I was full of piss and vinegar. And there's this guy who he was pretty much their steady cruiserweight champion. Yeah, it's hard to believe at one point in time I was actually considered a cruiserweight. I was 107 pounds. In that picture, I was like maybe 170, 175. And for the longest time, every time I wrestled, I'd always wrestle either somebody that was either my size or smaller, or I'd work with this guy. His name was Smoothie, and JD Smoothie. And
boy, does that name sound familiar.
And once again, another great guy. I worked with him plenty of times. And it was just so happened that that night I was it was me and him for the Cruiserweight Championship, and spoiler alert, I didn't win, but in the back I asked him if I could take a picture with it. So he took the picture of me holding the belt, and I sent it to my family and everything, and everyone's like, "You're gonna win, yay!" And I'm like, "Of course I'm gonna win. I'm Nick Mustang." I go out there and I got squashed.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Those are the times that you remember, though, man. Those are the times you gotta remember.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, it's the fun moments because I've been a prankster and jokester through and through. Yeah. And especially when it comes to protecting the integrity of the business. You know, if anybody messes with me, I'm giving them as much information as possible. Just to keep them off my back. I'm giving them every other scenario that is physically possible to conceive, and it's completely far from anything that's the truth.
Yeah.
So, but still, it's that was one of those times, and I just got it because once again, we posted on Facebook and stuff, and I just posted, didn't use it as a profile picture, nothing, just posted one with a million other pictures from the match, and if anybody caught on to it, I would say, hey, well, no, that was just me dreaming.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. All right, second picture here. You and Val Cone. Do you remember young Val Cone? He wrestled for SPW at one point. He played the nerd gimmick at one point before. Oh, okay, there you go. What was it, Val Cone?
St. Louis, I think it was.
I can't remember. I can't remember to save my life. And he was there for a short period of time, man. And it's a picture of you just relaxing and chilling over his lifeless body.
Yep.
Matter of fact, that was the match that was outside of the soccer stadium, or inside the soccer stadium.
No, it was outside. That was in June.
Outside, but inside the stadium part.
Yeah, inside the stadium part. That was actually one of my favorite shows because that's the one where what's his name was there? Ricky Morton.
Yep.
Ricky Morton was there. And he gave me the name of Balls Frozen Off. He was a good guy. I like having him on the show with us too. But yeah, that was actually my first ever SPW show.
That was actually my first SPW show. I was actually in the ring though, because if you remember correctly, I was actually doing security.
Yep.
I was running security. That was my first show, first time I was actually doing security for that company before I actually started wrestling.
Yep. That's also the same show that Brittany Cole blew on her knee.
Yes, it is actually. Yep. That was a rough night for her too.
Yeah, it was. Working in Casey Carlisle, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
That's a big match for her.
Oh yeah. All right, on to the third picture. We got Nate Mustang versus Mr. Storm. Huh?
Yep, I remember that one.
That was when you actually switched to your red trunks.
Yep, that night. Yep. And it was a grand unveiling.
Yeah. And that was a good match, man. There was a lot of good matches that night. Matter of fact, that night I made my debut. Actually, I made my debut because, matter of fact, that was the week after I blew out my knee when you gave me an F5 during a open house show.
Yeah.
And right after that, I had to come out on crutches. Yep, I remember that night. That was a good night, man. We had a lot of fun that night, too. Injuries aside.
there was a couple guys on that show that I can't remember their names. There was the two buddies that came through the school. Really great guys. There was a really tall, skinny one that shaved his head bald. I know you gotta remember him.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord.
I know. We'll think of it later, but you know.
And it's going to be way after the show. You realize that, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be sleeping tonight. It's going to hit me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to wake up in the middle of my sleep, scream his name. My girlfriend's going to start slapping me.
Yeah.
I know. It's happened to me many times. I'm starting to get bruised on my arm. But no, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you work him that night?
No, I worked, Carlos Hotness.
That's
Mr.
right.
Hot Pink himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Vincent Michaels actually just responded, and he goes, it was Cage and Trey Daniels.
Trey Daniels, thank you.
Yep.
Once again, I was gonna freak out. Vincent Michaels, thanks, Vincent. That's exactly right. Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking too, and I'm like, he shaved his head. The only person I know, and it's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm like, it's him and his little buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I would actually see Trey out in town a lot, and I would see him over at the local watering holes that I would always venture to on the weekends. And he was another great guy that I'm upset he didn't follow through.
Who, Trey?
Yeah. Because the other one, the other short guy with the spiky hair, I think he moved to like Florida or something.
Well, no, that was Trey. Cage Daniels, believe it or not, when I had suffered the broken arm during the, I think you had already left by this time. This is right before I made the change into Ron Payne. I was still Watch Out Payne gimmick, and it's actually on YouTube. I had broken my arm into 5 different places during a house show over at it was on Newtown Road. The hell's that bar? Or was the bar?
Knuckleheads?
Knuckleheads. It's a different bar now, but at that time we were doing a show for the Navy 6 SEAL team, and it was a benefit show. It was an outside show, and my 360 drop kick that I do.
Yeah.
Well, usually when I do that, somebody's coming running at me, and I'm usually running and jumping at the same time. Well, unfortunately this time, long story short, I jumped up, twisted. Idlex, at that time, Idlex, me and him, he came down on my arm at the same exact time, shattered it 5 different places, elbow in the works. Well, what I didn't know, I was back in the ring a month and a half later after shattering everything. Ended up having the best match of my career, pretty much, with Sterling Williams. That was a match that was put on Pro Wrestling Illustrated, top 500 matches.
Oh, really?
I think we were top 25, I think we were for that. Nice. So that was huge, but not me. But for you, Cage Daniels, a month before I did it, a month before I hurt myself, he did the same exact thing. He broke his arm. Same injury and everything. Same exact thing. Couldn't figure it out because I found that out through the doctor that he went through because he happened to be my doctor. And he goes, yeah, a month ago a guy was just in here. He hurt his arm wrestling. And I didn't know who he was talking about until I saw Cage like a couple months later. And probably about a month before I did it, he ended up doing it. And he was out for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And he came back, and he looked pretty good when he came back. And what happened from there, I believe he moved, and that was the end of it.
Yeah. Like, I didn't hear much from him. Like, when I came back from my last deployment, it was like I came in, said hello to people,
I remember.
I was gone.
Yeah.
I was there for like a week or two, and I was...
Yep, and actually for that week, I if I'm not mistaken, you visited some people, and I think you even went fishing while you were down there for like 2 days, 3 days.
Oh, of course I did. Yeah, and the worst part about it is I couldn't even go fishing where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
So, because I wanted to go, like, usually when I was down there, I'd go over to Suffolk, and I'd go to Lake Mead and the other one, and I'd rent the boat there. I had nothing there, I had pretty much, just living in a barracks over in Norfolk, and I absolutely hated it, so I took my actual money, aside of the military, I just took my personal money, and I rented a hotel room. And I actually, come to find out, I just found the receipt for that today. I rented it for like a week and a half, I rented this hotel room, and I just lived in the hotel, and then all I had to do was 8 o'clock in the morning, show up in Norfolk, give them a whiz quiz, and then I had the whole day to do nothing, so it's like, just sitting around twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Fish lots. That's all I had with me was my fishing pole.
I can definitely understand that, man. Now, while we're getting into things now, for the viewers and fans, wrestlers, whatever the case may be, people that want to get to know more about Nate Mustang, where did you actually grow up at?
I grew up in a town called Manville, which is in New Jersey. It's 2 square miles. It's a very small town, and every time it rains, we become an island because we're surrounded by rivers.
Very familiar.
Yeah. A little history of the town itself. It's named after the company Johns Manville. They made a lot of asbestos back in the early days, like 1900s. If you look up on Google or anything, just put man, it'll bring up only 3 places: New Jersey, Ohio, and I think there's one more. And that's the only places where Johns Manville was made. The town only exists because when the factory was built, they built housing for the people who are factory workers. And as they built more housing, the stores started opening up for people because they couldn't travel all the way out because nobody had cars. They couldn't travel the 3, 4, 5 miles over to a local supermarket or something like that, or somewhere, a farmer's market to get supplies. So, the company actually built markets for them, and that became Main Street Manville. After years, of course, when we figured out finally that asbestos is bad, it's going to kill you, they shut down the factory went bankrupt, and they put a Walmart there.
Wow.
That's about it. Manville is only known for its movie theater because it's the best movie theater probably in Central Jersey.
I'm about to say, it's a drive-through, isn't it?
What, the movie theater?
Yeah, well, didn't it used to be a drive-through?
No, that one is the...
Or is that, not Edison, Eatontown?
That's Eatontown.
Or,
That used to be
Eatontown.
private.
Yeah. Wow, that's very cool, because I didn't even know that, and I'm very familiar with Manville. Now, for all these guys that are just getting into the business and everything else like that, these guys down south, here in Jersey, New York, wherever the case may be, wherever they're listening across the world, whatever the case may be, what made you get into the business?
I just had a fascination with my entire life. Ever since I was 5 years old, I was always glued to the TV watching wrestling. I had a friend of mine growing up who his father had a scramble box. So every pay-per-view, every Sunday, or every, whenever the pay-per-view was, we had, a free wrestling pay-per-view for WWF at the time, and also WCW. So what we would do is, we chose WWF over WCW, and every pay-per-view, I would go over and stay over his house, and we, videotape it. Still to this day, up until they got rid of the scramble box and you couldn't use it anymore, every pay-per-view from 1991 all the way up into that point, he has VHSs of.
Oh, yes. My father, before he passed away, had that. And for those that don't know what a scramble box is, it is a little black box about yay big, and it's got a little tiny knob on the back of it that you have to actually try to, when you go to a pay-per-view show, you actually have to sit there for a good 10 minutes before you actually get the best reception. It's like having 2 bunny ears, but only in a little knob. It's the worst thing ever.
You're trying to get the frequency just right, and that's what it was. Still, I grew up with that, and the worst thing is, being 7 years old. My dad's a tall guy. He's like 6'2", 6'3", and he's a little on the skinnier side. He's a carpenter, so he's a big guy, but he was built, and he had long black hair and a goatee my entire life. And I always thought he was the Undertaker. And what really hurt it more is that he would work on Sundays, and I would leave to go to my buddy Kevin's house, a little block over, so I'd walk over, hop a fence, and I'd be at his house. I'd stay there for the entire pay-per-view. Undertaker would have a match, and then I'd go home, and then the next day when I get home, my dad wakes up, and, it's like, hey, you weren't here when I left, therefore you must be the Undertaker. What was even worse is when Yokozuna sat on his face and broke his nose.
Yeah.
Broke his whole face. My dad came home with one of those face plates on because a board came around when he was working. Somebody turned around and talked to him, hit him right in the face with the board, so he broke his nose.
Oh, that's too funny.
So he had black eye, everything. So, and I think at that point was when I was like, this dude's the Undertaker. My dad is the Undertaker. But heck, even all growing up, I remember, in every yearbook it said, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I'm going to be a professional wrestler. My nickname in high school was actually Hamilton Porter because, I was the little fat kid that was going to turn into the Great Hambino. It's like in the sand.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
in November I have my 10-year high school reunion, and I've already got. I wish I could pull up. I already got some stuff in my inbox saying, "Hey, Hambino, are you going to be there?" You know, from my old buddies I used to play baseball with, and it's like the nickname never dies. Yeah. So I'm still Hambino. You know, but that's pretty much where I got my start there, or at least my love for wrestling. Just watching on TV, watching the greats, the great matches. Like, you know, so I think my first match I ever remember watching was I got a VHS of Hulk Hogan's greatest matches, and I think the one that I was always glued to was when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. I look back at the time, I was like, I can't comprehend how big Andre the Giant is. I don't know how big Hulk Hogan, I don't know how big these guys are, but just to watch this guy pick this other dude up and drop him, I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. You know, so, and then, I got a message.
Yeah, that's for me, bud.
Alright.
I'm showing you the picture.
Oh, and those pants. Oh, those pants.
Dude, leave me alone, okay, man? I was young and stupid.
Not you, ones I'm wearing.
Oh, dude, those things were awesome, man. Dude, it looked like I robbed Hot Topic, man. Come on now.
I was gonna say at least you bought them, but if you're gonna go robbing it, yeah, that's fine, you know?
I looked like a Jeff Hardy reject, man. I remember when I first started out with SPW, they looked at me and said, you know, we could do a cross of like Jeff Hardy's like younger like cousin. I was like, no. I was like, really? And then if you remember correctly, everybody was calling me CM Daniels. That seemed to be like the big thing at that point. They couldn't decide who I looked like at that point, so they just went with Christopher Daniels and CM Punk, and then they just put the two together. I was like, really? Now, I mean, don't even get me started with the, you know, people call me CM Punk nowadays, man. It's ridiculous, dude. Anywhere I go, dude, they're just like, you know who you look like? Yes. Move along.
Hey, you know, I've done this the past couple times I've walked into a locker room. I walk in, like, there's one company that I'm, you know, just starting off because I'm helping out, if you remember, Cameron Lane, he was one of the nerds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He lives up here in Jersey now.
Oh, okay.
He only lives about an hour away from me. And actually, one of the companies that I got my first ever match with, you know, the guy who ran it, he's a booker for another company called UWC.
Yeah, oh yeah, very familiar.
I contacted him. I'm like, hey, you know, you haven't opened on the show, and this is last month. Well, I walk up, and he hasn't seen me in, I don't know, probably about 8 years or so.
Yeah.
So I walk up, and I'm like, Joe, how are you? And he goes, I didn't call Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, hey, how you doing? And I get a lot of Hacksaw Jim Duggan stuff now, because I got the long hair, the beard, and I'm just like, how you doing?
That's awesome.
If that's what it takes, I mean, I'm no Hacksaw Jim Duggan by any means. But
I definitely understand that, man. Give me 2 seconds, man. We're going to put in some flyers here for upcoming shows down in their VA there. So give me 1 second. And let's see here. October 31st, Feast or Fears. We got I guess it's a tag team invitational tournament. You know, you got the Army of Two. You got Victor Griff, Asafi, Jordy Bulldogs, Curtis Max, Sterling Williams, Damian Wayne, Brandon Day. You got Bo Crockett. You know, you got Timmy something. Sorry, Timmy, I don't know you, man, so I can't really tell.
Wait, whoa. Did I just hear that Curtis Mack and Sterling Williams are going to be a tag team?
Well, no, these are just guys that we don't know what's going on. It's a tag team invitational, so I'm taking it. It's going to be a kind of like almost like a lethal lottery, and it might be because we've seen those matches between those two.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of, you know, the feuds between them.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, if they team up, my money's on them going all the way because, heck, just watching them individually and what they can do, I'm naming them right now. That's Team Wombo Combo.
Oh,
right? They're gonna hit you. You're gonna get hit with something from Sterling. You're gonna spin around thinking you'll be able to get out of it. And snap by Mac. I mean, and then you're gonna go right back into it. It's gonna be a horrible day for you to actually work with those two.
A match that I would love to see. I mean, it's funny that you brought that up because now that I actually look at it, a match I would love to see would be Curtis Mack and Sterling Williams taking on the Geordie Bulldogs.
I think that would be a great match. All of them are great competitors.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yes, down in National Guard Armory in Elizabeth City, October 31st, like I said, tag team invitational tournament. You'll see your NEW champion, Bo Crockett, along with many more. They got costume contest with prizes. Door opens at 6:30, bell time 7:30. You know, they always put on a great show. Tickets at the door $10. You could go check them out over at Next Evolution Wrestling on Facebook. And definitely go check these guys out, man. You go check them out at evolutionwrestling.com as well for more info as well. I mean, I look forward to their shows all the time. Even when I wrestle with them, I look forward to them. We got NWA Fusion coming down to Yorktown, VA for Fallout, November 21st. And it's over at Body by D Gym. You guys go check them out at www.fusion-wrestling.com or go to www.bodybydgym.com as well. Man, that gets annoying, www. Yeah, man, definitely go check these guys out, man. Got coming up October 10th, Boys and Girls Club, Southside Pro Wrestling, SPW, our home. You know, you see some great guys such as Sterling Williams, Curtis Mack, you know. Got, let's see here, you got Asafi, man. You got,
Kevin Quill.
Yeah, you got, what I say, Curtis Mack? I don't even know who I just said there. Yeah, you got Kevin Quill, you know. Got a lot of great talent. Brittany Cole, as we were talking before. These guys are going to have an awesome show. You also got, believe it or not, during this show, it's going to be Phil Brown versus Kevin Quill for the North American Championship. So that'd be something cool to see. I love watching Phil Brown. And, you know, I've been in a ring with that guy, man. And, man, did I get an ass whooping. Tickets are $18 ringside, $12 at general admission. Kids are $8, 12 and under, you know. Go to spwva.com for more details as well, or check them out over at Southside Pro Wrestling on Facebook as well. And then we got, last but not least, we got VCW, Vanguard Championship Wrestling. Always got great entertainment. I mean, I've been to a couple of their shows. Nate, I'm sure you have too, man. And, you know, they're going to have the Father and Son Challenge, man. It's Steve Carino and Colby Carino.
Really?
Taking on Jimmy Cesaro and Gentleman Jack Cesaro. The other father and son. Then you got the Platinum Enforcers, C.W. Anderson and Phil Brown, taking on the Geordie Bulldogs. So that'd be a fantastic match right there alone.
Oh, definitely.
You know, you got Asafi that's going to be there, and you know, you got the Pink Pride that's also going to be there. Those guys are going to be up and about doing it. So, you know, Saturday, October 3rd, 2015, 7:30 bell time. You know, go check these guys out, VanguardChampionshipWrestling.com, or go visit them on their Facebook at Vanguard Championship Wrestling. And on a softer note, you know, as I told everybody last week, I believe it was, I just joined forces. The Ron Payne Show had just recently joined forces with the Susan B. Komen Foundation, or the Susan G. Komen Foundation, supporting Pink all over the month of October, trying to collect money for breast cancer awareness. And if you guys go down there, you guys could look at the bottom right hand of your screen, and you guys can actually go to their website and make special donations, everything else. They actually just lost a woman that was just died of breast cancer. Her name was Jackie Collins. she just passed away this past week. So, our prayers go out to her and her family as well. And please go check these guys out, make a donation, see what you guys can do to also help as well. Okay, so definitely enjoy the support Pink Pride the month of October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And that's what we got going on there. So definitely go make your donations. Let's see here, man. As being in the business and everything else like that, yourself as being a performer that you were and everything else like that, what were some of your personal favorite matches?
That's a very broad question, honestly. I gotta say, a lot of my actual favorite matches happened down in Virginia, and a lot of people down there that may be listening, they got to see them firsthand. Unfortunately, I didn't even get to see those matches because all the footage of them were lost because of whatever conflict between videographer and owner of the company.
Yes.
I gotta say, my number one of all time had to have been, I still talk about this, how if it was actually filmed and up there, it would be the only one of its kind. And I gotta thank Sterling Williams for that one because it was the second round of the first ever SPW television tournament. And I had just beaten Phil Brown, and it was myself against Sterling Williams in the second round. And whenever Sterling and I step in the ring together, it's always, fireworks. And that's why I love working with the guy.
Yep.
It was, I'm pretty sure the finish was, he hit me with a Canadian Destroyer and like a flip over pile driver. He goes for the cover, my foot hits the rope, so it's a break. He drags me over for a frog splash off the top. And when he was up at the top for the frog splash, I hopped up on the second rope, picked him up, and I F5'd him right off the top.
Wow.
Over. That's why it's like, one of those things, whoever was in the crowd, that's, I think we had maybe 15, 20 people tops in the place, maybe 30 if we're lucky.
Yeah.
And only those people got to see, as such, a big move like that you won't see pretty much anywhere else. I have yet to see it, and I've been searching for someone to, to do it.
Oh yeah, I understand, man. I was the only. I had the privilege of watching that match. Of course, we were all in the back, but I had the privilege of watching that match because I had my own matches as well. I took on Carl's Hotness in the first round, got past him, and then I took a neck breaker from the third rope, I believe it was. I went in for my clothesline between the turnbuckle and. Took a backwards neck breaker from Sam Bass, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that was your second match. My second match was Sterling, and I had to work with and face Sam, which that drew out to a very long and winded confrontation.
Yeah.
I still love that. That brings me up to my second favorite match was my redemption against Sam Bass, and that was me challenging him for the television title in a street fight. And that one I have somewhere. I don't know if it's on my old phone or if it's on the internet somewhere, but that one was a blast. We went all over the place. Had time with it. But I gotta say that my third favorite match, though, this is gonna probably strike you as odd. This is actually the first time we worked in Norfolk Scope, and I opened the show against Zach
Hilton.
Zach Hilton, thank you.
Yep.
And that one was it was a great opener. We got the crowd going. I gotta give a lot of credit to Zach on that. He's a very athletic guy, and I absolutely love being in the ring with him. Even that little dance at the end I try to do. I'm not afraid of it. But it was a great match all around. Everything went as smooth as it can possibly go, and it's just a great time working with that guy. I've worked with him on quite a few occasions, and like I said, he was an absolute, great athlete and great guy to work with. Like I said, there's many other ones that go back that I'm probably losing in my memory because of how many times I've been hit in the head.
Yeah, I understand.
but there's other ones that go back to where when I was still wrestling in Jersey. Actually, I guess one of them had to be when I wrestled down in Florida, and I was down in Pensacola because I got stationed there for my training, and I walked in there and kind of like where they say to you, like, hey, you know who you look like? They try to WS somebody's younger brother or cousin or something like that.
Yeah.
With you see in the pictures, with me the short hair and everything, lose about maybe 15 pounds, of the flubbiness I had, and I was actually in pretty good shape after the boot camp. I walk into this place and I start, getting ready to wrestle. Everyone's like, we're just gonna call you Tyson Lesnar. You're gonna be Brock Lesnar's second cousin twice removed. I'm like, no. So I went under. I actually bought a gimmick before I left from the guy who trained me, Nicky Oceans. The gimmick was called Antonio Malave, and I only got to use it once, and that was here. And what happened was I was going against this guy with a very generic name, refused to take a bump. He was an older guy. He refused to do anything, so it was just pretty much he would punch me and I would Shawn Michaels oversell everything. So I'd go in there and, instead of being some kind of Hispanic, because I don't look Hispanic at all. I'm white, I'm pasty, and, there's no way I can pass as Hispanic. So I'm not Antonio Malave, the crazy luchador. No, I changed it over to I was an Italian luchador. So I was just Italian. And when I came out, I made up a shirt for myself. It was just a white t-shirt that I ripped up colored blue with felt pen. It was horrible. And it said on the front, it said, hey, yo, and on the back it said Antonio. So I walk out so I walk out, I'm like, hey, yo! And they go, Antonio! And I'm like, yeah!
That's awesome, I'm sorry.
And these pants, that's why, that brings me up too. These gimmick pants that I had, they were just regular baggy pants that, I got from, High Spots 20 years ago, it seems like. But I got into the ring, I started wrestling, and I started working. And halfway through the match, I felt the rip happening in the crotch. And I'm like, alright, it'll be fine. By the end of the match, the pants had disintegrated off of me to show my Superman underwear.
Oh, wow.
So I played it off as being super duper embarrassed.
Nice.
And he changes the finish on the spot to where he gives me a roll up, and he pulls my pants, like my underwear, up so that the whole crack of my white, glistening buttocks is just hanging out. And it's just like, it's the most embarrassing thing. And he gets to pin it over me that way. And I'm fine with it. Everyone, this is like, right before intermission. So I got everyone, fired up for intermission.
Yeah.
And it was probably the stupidest gimmicky, match I've had. But it was bad all around because I was, pretty much just working the wall. And, it was just still one of my favorite ones because of just the situations that happened in that match. They were just classic. Like, what would go wrong, went wrong.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everything.
If it's live, we meant to do that.
Yeah.
2 more questions here, man. We got about 15 minutes left, so 2 more questions.
All right.
Question number 1. I want to ask you this, and I want your honest opinion about it because, it's. I heard this question about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And didn't really get a chance to actually talk to somebody about it, so I really want to get your opinion on this. A fan threw in a question at me, and I gave my answer best that I could. Honestly, couldn't even give him a correct answer. But question is, can any major company survive without the indies, such as WWE or TNA or Ring of Honor? Do you honestly think, in your own heart, that these companies can honestly survive without the indie wrestlers or without the indie scene?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because you have people that, that are diehard indie fans. And the thing is, with independent wrestling, it brings something completely different to the table than what you would see at, say, a WWE event or a TNA event. It brings you something that you can get close to it, and you don't have to, sell your car to be able to get tickets for. You can actually talk to the superstars. You get autographs from the superstars. You can idolize these people. Plus, I'm not even going to go into the fact that when you go on TV, you're only allowed to do certain things and you're stuck to one thing. Just like you would see, it's changing, which I'm very happy about. But give it, go back maybe like 5-6 years in professional wrestling. Let's look at John Cena, for instance. John Cena, say 5-6 years ago, he had a set routine that the minute he hit something, it was the same thing over and over and over again. If something little would change, he'd get hit with somebody else's finishing move, and then he would kick out too. It's the same thing. People get used to it. It loses its luster. With the independent scene, you don't see that kind of stuff. Everything is original. Everything is new. It's so much better. Plus, you have a lot of talent that they fare off a lot better in the independent scene than what they would, when you go to a company like that. Because a company like that, it'll kill you. Not physically kill you, but it'll take your image and they'll break you down and turn you into something else. And then what happens if it doesn't go over? You're gone.
Yeah.
So you have your 5 minutes of fame, you're gone. Just like what's his name? Rose. I've already forgotten his name.
Adam Rose.
Adam Rose. Just like him when he was Kruger over in NXT. He was amazing as Kruger in NXT, but then next thing you know, they bring him over as Adam Rose to give him his flair, his pizzazz, something that hasn't been brought to the table yet. Gave him a gimmick, and the gimmick flopped. It's just as bad as calling him the Goon or the Mantar. It flopped on him. He has nothing to do with it, just like Fandango. Fandango is an excellent athlete. He has so much to bring to the ring.
Yep.
But they gave him a gimmick that is literally just a gimmick where he can't do anything with it. So he's gone. It's done. If he comes back, it's gonna be a little bit here and there, but that's it. You can only do so much with it.
Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right.
The indie scene is crucial to any kind of major company that's on television that has a lot of broadcast to it. Because on top of that, you bring your kids, for instance, because wrestling is for families and wrestling is for the fans. That's what it is. It's for the fans. But you first get turned on to wrestling as a kid. So if your parents bring you to a family-friendly, wrestling event, in other words, don't bring them to CZW. And I'm not saying CZW is bad. That's a great show to go see as an adult, but there's a lot of F-bombs going on there. I love going to those shows.
Yeah.
I get really into those shows there. But, going back to bringing to a family-friendly one so they can actually get up close and personal with the wrestlers, get a really strong fan base, then introduce them to the world of world wrestling entertainment. Because that's how it starts. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg. You can't have a chicken without the egg. You can't have an egg without chicken.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely. Final question, man. Being in the business just as long as I have, whatever the case may be, just as long as anybody has, between injuries, moving, being around, traveling the world, military, being home, now being out of military, whatever the case may be, what is next for the Nightmare Nate Mustang?
Well, right now, honestly, I am on a personal path to where it's all geared towards personal growth. I'm currently attending Stockton University in Galloway, New Jersey, which is probably about 10 minutes outside Atlantic City. I still wrestle from time to time. I work with a company that is, once again, UWC, that's over now, that runs out of New Egypt. But I also work with, on occasion, a place called Game Changer Wrestling. It's GCW. And that's another one that if you really want to get into some things, watch, again, the wrestling, watch these guys. Every person that's on this roster, everyone that is ever on these shows, I'm going to pull myself out of that picture because I'm only on maybe once or twice a year. But these guys are on the show on a regular basis. Every time, they will top everything they did the night before, and it just keeps going and going. It's an amazing show. But I work with them on occasion. But as of right now, like I said, it's personal growth. I'm going to get my bachelor's degree in literature, and I've actually just been accepted to the Stockton track and field team, where I'm going to be throwing shot put, discus, and a hammer throw.
That's ironic, though, the hammer throw.
There's two different types of hammer throws, which I didn't know about. There's a 10-pound hammer, which is on a long cord, and then there's a short hammer, that is only about maybe a foot long, but it's a 35-pound weight attached to it.
Holy cow.
And I can't wait to actually get my hands on that thing. Just so I can show up all these 19, 20, 21-year-old kids that want to live in a gym, how it's actually done.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't throw punches, I throw people.
Very true.
So, launch
it. Very true. I want to thank you for being the guest on the show, man.
And thank you very much for having me.
I had a blast, man. This was awesome. It feels so good to, catch up with a lot of the guys that I talked to on here, and especially you, man, because we've been through a lot and everything else. And, just like you, for those that are still with us and haven't seen Facebook yet, or even have seen Facebook yet, coming very soon to the show. I cannot wait. I'm excited for it. Just you'll appreciate this too, Nate, because we've both been in the ring with this gentleman. We are going to have a very special guest very soon. As soon as we figure out when, I'll let everybody know. We're going to have the Platinum Icon, Phil Brown, on the show.
Wonderful. That's going to be a great show.
Yeah, and, I can't wait because, there's so many questions. This guy's life story alone, I want all these young guys that watch a show or in the business, all these young fans that are following indies, that are all about the indie scene, everything else. You guys want to know about a real indie guy that, quite frankly, man, has...
a real indie icon.
Yeah, that's the reason why we do call him a platinum icon. This kid, this guy is just amazing. Phil Brown is the real deal. How he has never been picked up, and when he was, how, whatever the case may be, how it never happened is beyond me. But man, I still can't understand it, but I want everybody to tune in for that night, because that's going to be an amazing, amazing story. And of course, Nate, I know you'll be listening, especially if you're actually able to, man.
Hopefully this time I can.
Yeah. But once again, I want to say thank you for being on the show, man. I want Oh, absolutely, man. I really do appreciate it. I want to thank everybody who joined us tonight to catch up with the Russian Nightmare, Nate Mustang, and. Once again, we will be live next Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, like always. And not really too sure who the guest is going to be yet. Hopefully it's Phil. And if not, we're going to get somebody on here. And if not, guess what? We're going to shoot the shit anyway. So we're going to see what happens. So for Nate Mustang, I'm Ron Payne. Thank you very much. And see you guys next Tuesday.
See you next show.